This is Mr. Worden with another VoD review for Oakmont Esports. Focus of this is to try to get us to think about our tactics, think about our strategy, and practice purposefully, which is to set goals, actually improve, actually have a strategy, play as a team, not just go through the same thing you guys always do in your gaming. So, getting started, I want to make sure that we're all clear on the Season 9 meta. What I'm looking at right now is a slide from the skillcap.com YouTube channel, and it lists out the different levels of experience in gold for the different jungle camps. And the point of this is that the red side has a ton more experience in gold, in particular because of Krugs, than the blue side. So, very beginning of Season 9, you started seeing pro players always take red and then go into either Krugs or Raptors second, followed by the other one, depending on their pathing, before they do things like contest Scuttle or go after blue. So I recommend checking this out. It's on SkillCap's Challenger LoL guides, and there's a whole bunch of stuff on Season 9 jungle pathing. So based on this pathing, I came up with a game plan and just talked for 2 or 3 minutes with my teammates before this game, and it made a big difference. Now before we get going, let's get some Sun Tzu involved here. What would Sun Tzu do? So first up, the general who wins the battle makes many calculations in his temple before the battle is fought. The general who loses makes but few calculations beforehand. The point of this is that by having a plan, talking it over with my teammates before the game starts, we kind of were able to coordinate at least the early game stages of this. And I think that gave us an edge over the other team because they all basically just picked their champions and got in game, and I don't think they had anything planned. Second idea is that quickness is the essence of war. You guys saw in my last VoD review that one idea is trying to influence not just your lane, but the course of the entire map by projecting power, by staying out of vision, and by showing up at different places all over, and getting people to play cautious, lose out in CS, coordinate ganks. And that's why I've focused lately on high-speed builds and high-speed champions, and you're going to see that again in this game here. Last up, victorious warriors win first and then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war first and then seek to win. This is going to tie in with another theme on the SkillCap's YouTube guides, which is always fight when you have a numbers advantage. So you always want to be playing 2v1 or 3v2 or 5v4 when you're engaging. You never want to go into a fair fight because at that point you're 50-50 for coming out of that, and that can send the game either way. What you want to do is secure a numbers advantage first and then attack. Alright, so you're going to see the double jungle. I've been talking about this for a long time, and this is the first game where we actually went in and tried it and went all out, and it worked pretty well. Here's the plan. I'm going to coordinate a lot with my jungler. I'm going to be playing the mid laner. I'm going to be taking a path where I have smite, and I get blue on the way into lane. Now there are benefits to this. First is that I'm going to have unlimited mana, and I'm going to start my laning phase at level 2. But that's not totally the point. The point is that by taking smite, I can secure CS from anywhere on the map, meaning that any path I take while I'm roaming, I'll be able to get golden experience. I won't be stuck entirely limited to my lane. This is going to make my ability to roam and yet keep up with experience and gold leads just fine. What we're going to try to do with this is my jungler is going to go do the usual Season 9 pathing, and we're going to try to get lane priority, clear 2 waves right in mid lane here as fast as I possibly can, just drop Qs and Ws and blast through 2 waves so that I'll have a clear lane, and at right about the time he is ready to contest Scuttle, we're actually going to bypass Scuttle and show up at the blue buff on the enemy team side. And we think that the enemy junglers pathing, if they're following Season 9 meta, with or without the top lane game, we think that we should get there just after they've started blue buff, if we do this all right. And that's going to mean that we can 2v1 gank against blue. We can push them off blue. We can double smite and take that down and basically steal the blue buff and start to shut down the enemy jungler. So again, we're using the idea of high speed, projecting power all over the map, and 2v1 or numbers advantage, always picking fights that we're sure we can win. At that point, we can either both roam back to mid, at which point the wave should be pushing towards my tower again finally, and we can come in from behind and gank mid, or if we see good opportunity, we'll take Scuttle on the way to ganking bot and make sure we have some vision in the river when we do that. Because again, what we don't want is to shut down the jungler and then get caught later getting back in against a 3v3, we want to make sure that we're always pushing 4v2 or 2v1 so that every fight is a fight that we can win. So that's the game plan. Now, from a strategy perspective, what we're looking at is optimizing CS from the entire map. Not just the mid laner gets the wave CS in the mid lane, the jungler gets farm in their own jungle. We're going to try to steal farm over both jungles, and the jungler and I are going to be trading off, even with the mid lane CS if we need to, depending on who's roaming when and where. So we're just going to catch as much CS as we can, and we're going to try to deny that from the enemy jungler, which is going to partly shut them down. The other thing we're going to do is use that numbers advantage. And that way we're going to be ganking lanes, we're going to be pushing the enemy jungler off camps, and we're just going to try to shut down as much as we can and project power everywhere across the map while moving fast and unpredictably. That's the strategic level thinking. Tactics. Again, the tactics relate to the pathing we expect out of the enemy jungler, where we need to place a ward, which you should probably get back to mention that, and then making sure that we're always in a 2v1 when we're contesting blue or scuttle. So I'm going to be gaining lane priority and then trying to roam with my jungler to make sure that we can push off the enemy jungler. And then late game, what we need to do is make sure that we're always warding and we're tracking enemy positions so that we can either take a numbers advantage fight or we can spread out and pressure the map through split pushing without taking any major team fights. One of the two. We definitely don't want to take a fair fight or a losing fight. Okay, real quick, let's pop back to warding. I had the support of my top laner going into this to get a ward right in here, and that's going to help us watch the timing on when the enemy's coming through here, assuming he is doing the Season 9 red start. Meanwhile, we need an advanced ward over here, later to be replaced by Scuttle over here. So again, we can see, we can basically cover ourselves against these lanes. If this ward can be pushed farther in, so it can actually watch what's happening at blue, that would be ideal. Although usually the bot and support are going to cover that entrance well enough that that's not possible. So that's just an additional level on the tactics there. Alright, composition on this. Again, speed build is a priority. So a great choice on Kayn. That was really smart. Kayn is incredibly fast when he's using his walk through walls ability, and the pathing on that is also really unpredictable. So that was an excellent choice. On my runes page you guys saw last week, I'm set for max speed too. And both of us were outrunning pretty much every other champion, at least midway through the game, especially Kayn. Also, both champions are pretty aggressive on gank, and that's going to help us win those 2v1s very quickly and then move on to get more stuff. Second thing that you have to have for this to work is you have to have a really fast wave clear. And under normal conditions, Diana would be reserving Qs and Ws for poke against the enemy champion. But in this case, with unlimited mana, I'm just dropping them right and left trying to clear waves. And I'm not quite as worried about poking down the Veigar that I end up laning against. So, let's check out some game stats here. This is pretty cool. You guys can go back in, and what I like to do is watch the overview. You can select different champions and see the gold advantage develop over the course of the game. So what you're looking at right now is the mid laner and jungler for each team. And you can see that there's a couple points where we just started to outscale both of those. So this is kind of some evidence that the strategy actually works. The other thing you're looking at are kills all over the map. So here, let's go to just me. Oh, sorry. That's me trying to roam. I didn't do so hot. I died a bunch, but I got a couple kills all over the map. Our jungler was a bit more successful. Again, kills everywhere. Deaths, of course, too. We got caught in a couple times. And of course, this game, you guys will see later, Jinx got super fed when we played some bad ganks down here. But later, we were able to catch Jinx out all over the place. So this is kind of a cool thing to check out. You can see Team Gold Advantage 2. That is basically the mid laner and jungler getting ahead for the most part right there. And then, of course, we start to tie in all the objectives and all the global gold, too. So this seems to be that the strategy could be working here. Okay, so let's get in game and see how this is going. Alright, so here's the lineup. Diana versus Veigar on mid. Their enemy jungler is Graves. They've got Jinx and Lux in bottom. Swain in top. By the way, the bot lane was where we put some of our newest players, so they had kind of a soft lane to play against each other there. And actually, the Jinx here, is being one of the better ones, probably got fed off that, as well as some of the ganks that we just face checked right into. Alright, so check out the pathing. By the way, it's good to ping that out so everybody knows.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
So there we are covering the entrance. When I see that my top laner is with me right over there, see, since he's here, I'm going to use him as cover to get a ward in all the way up advancing the Raptors here. Nice pings, by the way, that they've got double wards. Overdid it. Okay. Anyway, nice pings out that they've got vision in the river. And good, again, nice ping out asking for assistance there. Oh, I'm trying to get my brand new players over there. Okay, so this is the point where I see that I've got some cover. My probably best player is right behind me there. It's their top laner. And I'm going to be able to get a ward down before I back out. So I appreciate that cover. That was good coordination. Now, you guys totally threw us off. I don't know why you're going blue buff first. That's weird. But I guess you are. So this is going to mess up our plan quite a bit. We're thinking you'd start up here and that our timing would actually be able to get us a 2v1 gank against you right when you get to blue. So that's pretty interesting. It's cool that you got leash from your bot lane. Yep, I'm doing that. My jungler's starting Raptors first, I guess. That's cool. But yeah, we're going to try to coordinate and show back up here right when we think the jungler's going to get there. The fact that we aren't going to get vision on this like we thought should be an indicator. And I think Vigar's pinging out that stuff's not happening. Now, the Vigar for this game. Gotta watch those last hits. See what you can do here. That one looked okay. Yep, things are going alright. We'll get back to directly camera here and just watch the action. I think first blood happened down here some, so we'll see that. Oh, okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've only lost 1 minion of CS there. In the process of getting blue first. And let's see what I can get going here. Okay. So, got a minor CS lead already. And blue buff. And so that's going to help me out with my laning phase. Yep. Trying to get my last hits in. That's going okay. I was able to hit level 3 while you're still down at level 2, which is excellent. And I'm trying to track my jungler. I don't know how he ended up here. This wasn't the plan. But, oh, ping for assistance is perfect. So I'm going to try to get priority here and then roam up. Well, once I'm not stuck in a cage. So let's see. Yeah, this was not the plan, but it is still that we're still trying to coordinate some stuff here. So once I get the CS, then I'm going to try to roam up. I'm trying to maximize that so that we can get stuff from our jungle and stuff from here. So I'm going to try to steal Raptors while he's stealing blue. End up finding Graves, which is awesome, and forcing him off his Raptor camp.
Are you recording?
Alright, so we just forced the enemy jungler off for the first time. And I don't know if you're taking it early back there to just buy some upgrades. If so, good. But you're missing out on CS, so let's talk about recall timing. On one hand, the wave's kind of frozen. That's good. On the other hand, I'm going to be able to blast it down, crash it into your tower before you get back to it. That's one thing to watch out for. Oh, I think this is one of the few times that you guys get Jinx down. Nope, she's good. Nice play, nice play. Alright, so again, he's going to get the minion soak right here. Well, I'm going to get the scuttle. And then we're going to try to shut down over here. I did not realize Jinx was hiding and recalling right there. I figured she'd run off harder. My bad. And here we go. This was about the coordination we wanted. We wanted to pull that off earlier. None of that quite went to plan, but still worked out. So that's the beginning of the... Well, the second time we've shut down the enemy jungler now, trying to do what they want to do. And if you're tracking it, our jungler's CS is slightly higher than there. Also got the kill on him. And in the meantime, I'm more than keeping up with the Vigar in terms of just getting that experience in gold. And how many did I miss on the way back to lane? Not too many. Although Vigar is doing an excellent job landing folk. Alright, let's watch those last hits. Now once I clear this wave, the next one's far enough behind I should be able to roam if I want to. Oh, see how this goes. Yeah, we've once again got our two most experienced players in top lane, just duking it out. We'll mostly leave them alone, not too many ganks on that. Alright, looks like I got poked down pretty bad. Now I'm hesitant to leave lane, because what I don't want to do is leave all that CS behind. I might have to though. Oh, and you guys have a Warden River that I did not know about, so you guys just got vision on me. Yeah, that's bad. I saw that. I don't think I did. Yeah, you guys see me coming. That's awesome. Good job. I didn't realize that. This one of the times when you... Oh, you just missed. Okay. Yay for speed. Yeah, our bot lane is starting to get pushed in, and I'm getting behind down here. Although, good job on level 5 first. Way to go. Just slightly ahead of your opponents there. Okay. So here we are. Yep. I'm going to try to get up there if I can. No, I've got no health. Just kidding. I'm just terrified of getting ganked, actually. Yeah, good job. Okay, as long as you've got a Warden Bush, you might as well make it a little harder on them and play to that side of the lane. This is for the red team. So you guys have it warded up, you know, there's no counter wards. You're doing great, by the way. Although you've got kind of a, you know, our less experienced matchup. Yeah, I think you can finish that. No R yet, yep. Alright, so next time though, if you want to play in here, that'll make it even harder on the other champions. You still have to go in bush to do that. Yep, Vygar knows we're roaming somewhere. Although the way we're doing it is we're actually stealing our own jungle here and then kind of working out how to best to maximize our CS. And you'll see that we're doing okay on that sense. Like our junglers are even, and then I'm getting way ahead. So that's really helpful. How's it going up here? Yeah, that's definitely like the battle of the heights. We'll just stay out of that. Okay. Hey, by the way, if you're bot laning, you can get in there a little farther forward. Those are both long range champions, but you don't want to play quite that passive. You want to make sure that you're catching that CS before it crashes on tower and getting the gold from those last hits. There you go. Now you're trying better. That's better. They get in there and defend that though. If they fire back at you, they'd have to run right in there to poke. Now, because that wave's so pushed forward, I'm noticing this is an opportune time to gain. However, walking right into a Jinx is not good. I don't think I get this one. Well, maybe I do. I think the Jinx gets me though. Just kidding, it's later the Jinx gets me. You see, what we're trying to do is take a numbers advantage. We saw them pushed forward, and that was a 3v2, almost a 4v2. And yep, now we're going to try to do it again. Oh, I think this is a bad dive. We'll see. Yeah, oh, good job. That's like the first time I haven't dived that. Hey, good job on vision control, by the way. Both getting a ward and red shrinking in. Okay, so this one, I know I can't 1v1. Even though I'm 2 levels ahead, I do not want to take that fight. What I want to do is back off. And I only want to take fights where I have a numbers advantage. Don't think I can take trades 1v1, even when I'm a little ahead. So we're going to let that go. I see you guys are stacking in the bottom lane here. That's good positioning. Try to get a 4v1. Because you have vision in that part of the river too, you can be pretty safe if you can sneak around the side there if that's what you're trying. Yep. Good job. That's a possibility. Alright. Yeah. And our jungler is doing a good job placing control wards everywhere. So we got good vision up here. It's awesome. Okay, so there you go. Lux positioning in the brush like that and then popping out. Now, the only problem is you guys need to position together. Make sure that your support is always covering the ADC in a better way. You don't want your ADC out in front of your support like that. As far as I know, I haven't really played bot, but it seems like you need to get in there, Lux. Get some better position. Well though. Good job. Oh, I think this is what not to do. So, okay, so now I'm 1v2ing you guys, right? And this probably goes south. This was something I should not have done. I just see a half damage ADC and, you know, the rage takes over. Probably shouldn't do that. But that goes against the overall strategy that we're trying to accomplish, and that's why we lost. So that's pretty clear, hopefully. Alright. Let's jump ahead here a bit. So here I am losing CS. I'm trying to get back to lane. But Kane's going to swoop in there, do a little bit of damage. Hopefully our top laner doesn't get ganked. I think he's good. And Kane ran right into that, but I think that Vygar is going to get wiped out. Yeah, I don't think he can take it. Kane 1v1, and now we've got a trap and a 2v1, so it is over. And at this point, I like that Kane's trying to rotate the top to go take Graves there. So good work there. This is when our 2v1s and good vision started to really pay off. And on the other hand, Finks is just doing everything in bottom. So we're contesting against that super fed Jinx down there, which is great. Good shooting. Alright. See the minions crashing on wave or on tower. It's time to take a plate or two and then go roam. So I see the King crossing behind me. This would be a good time to either go down and gank or else try to take an objective like the dragon. And I'm just trying to wave clear. I do not want these guys headed down that way. That means that I'm unable to roam. So the faster I can blast those down, the better. And that's good. I don't mind losing. Well, yeah. I don't mind getting out of there now. So now I can go help my jungler. That's the benefit of a fast wave clear for a mid laner. Is just push it in every single time and roam. As long as you're not losing CS, you shouldn't even be in lane. Yep, and here, oh yeah, some stuff going down here. But here, good map awareness. We see you coming. I'm just going to try to keep you pushed back. I'm not even going for you. We're just going to keep you pushed away while we get that down. And we're going to try to double smite here. I was getting too low on health. It's good if you try to come in and get it, but yeah, that was pretty tricky. Now, 2v2, do we want to take that? Nope. Not in a fair fight. Oh, sorry, that was very selfish. Instead, we've got a half-health Luxenbot with 2 assassins on her. That's a much better fight than a 2v2 in the river. Yeah, and apologies to a new player there, but that game was too perfect. Now, what we should have done is probably helped our EDC get a couple plates before returning up. But high speed roam is the name of the game, and I'm sitting here watching this CS come in and the tower start to blast it down. I'm like, okay, I'll get the Krugs on the way up, but I'm going to miss that whole wave, which is unfortunate. I think the Krugs more than make up for it, though. Yeah, Krugs camp is still better than wave, so I'll also the opportunity to either get red and Raptors on the way back to lane, or else back and run the lane before this wave gets totally used up. So I hope you guys get the idea. I'm going to call it a night for now. And yeah, idea is always take a numbers advantage fight. Don't take the ones that are even or worse. We end up jumping into a bunch of bad fights later this game where we didn't have the numbers advantage, and the outcome is very predictable. Second idea is move fast, have good vision control, stay out of their vision if you can, and that way you can project power to other lanes. And so that's why the mid laner can help influence pot, or the mid laner can help shove out the enemy jungler. And you know, our jungler is even fast enough to get up the top lane and try to do some damage there, or at least keep their top laner occupied. Last thing is, we are not being territorial over CS. I'm encouraging my jungler to go pick up stuff in mid. I'm grabbing stuff in our jungle. He's grabbing stuff in their jungle. And so we're basically trying to get that from all over the map. We're not playing the traditional solo queue mentality where this is my CS, that's your CS. It's not important to think that way when you can coordinate with the team well enough. So there we go.